Oh, welcome back to underKG Show. Today we got Moto G. As we have seen on the unboxing of the Moto G, this is a budget phone from Motorola. This costs $179 for an 8 gigs version, global unlocked version, and the $199 for a 16 gig version. So to start with, there's a receiver on the top as always, and a 1.3 megapixels of a front-facing camera with a 4.5 inch of a HD resolution IPS display. Nothing on the bottom. It's built in the soft key. It seems like a trend nowadays. More and more manufacturers are building the soft keys inside. On the right is a power key and the volume rocker. On the top is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack right there in the center. I don't really like when they put the headphone jack on the center, but Motorola is known for that. Nothing on the left side. On the bottom is a micro USB port right there, and the battery cover on top of it is a 5 megapixel camera with the speaker and the LED flash Motorola logo. And as you can see, the battery cover isn't exactly a premium feeling. Well, this isn't a premium phone, so no doubt on that. And the battery cover is actually removable, but the battery isn't. The removal of the battery cover doesn't guarantee the removal of the battery. So that's the 2070 milliamps of the battery, internal battery, not replaceable. And there's a micro SIM card slot and no micro SD card slot. So beware of what you choose of the capacity of the storage. But there is a rumor, there is a suspicion that inside this guy is actually hidden micro SD card slot under the heat sink. So we'll have to listen from that. It seems to be expandable, but it's not official. It's gonna void your warranty and everything. So just as a hint. So that's it. Even more under the hood is an Android 4.4 Kitkat upgrade brought to you right after the launch, the initial launch version of the 4.3 Jelly Bean. And this guy runs on a Snapdragon 400 quad-core processor. That's a 1.2 gigahertz for you, and it has 1 gigabyte of RAM. And don't worry about that because Android 4.4 Kitkat, and this is almost stock in the internals, and it does manages RAM and the storage pretty well. I just rebooted it, and it does have some services and the apps that I've been running, and it almost has killing the camera. I launched the camera, killing the camera and the unnecessary apps. Guarantee you about the 450 megabytes of RAM for the initial reboot. It guarantees about 500 megabytes of RAM, and I haven't suffered from any of the RAM shortages, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. Overall, the software, the 4.4 Kitkat does provide you with the almost stock experience. In fact, there are really a little number of the apps that the Motorola have added. There's Motorola Assist that reads your calendar and mutes your phone and auto answering and everything during your meeting, and it mutes your phone and while you're sleeping and everything. You know, those kind of iPhone's block mode and everything. So not a biggie. And there's Motorola Help and Motorola Migrate. Those are only a few of the apps, and they don't forget about the old Moto Blur. It's not blurred like that, and it's almost nearly a stock. You can see in the settings screen, the only thing they have added is a Motorola device ID. And one of the things that I wish Motorola had added is the active display and active notification and the active hearing function that listens to your voice all the time. But this is a budget phone, so they had to knock it off. So that's it. And aside from the software itself, the specifications, the hardware itself isn't exactly a surprise. I think it's a decent specification for its price range, but the surprising part is its performance. Whatever apps that you run on this guy, I set this to an ART runtime, so it might be a bit faster than Dalvik, but it runs totally fine on Dalvik and is surprisingly fast. So whichever apps that you run, it rarely lags. Which to launch? This is a streaming app, Google Music. Whichever apps that you launch, I've never seen it lag in any part. This is connected on 3G, so let's turn the Wi-Fi on and see how it performs on the web surfing. It has a default browser of Chrome, so and Chrome isn't exactly the best browser on Android, but bear with me. So it loads up the web page, and when you scroll around, this is actually smoother than most of the high-end devices. Smoother than the devices that cost like 2 or 3 more times than this guy does. As a $200 phone, this guy performs awesome. It's simply awesome in overall performances, and I'm pretty surprised that the Google and Motorola has finally learned how to make their phone work smooth. And I think this is finally the device, and it's the device in action that guarantees the name the butter smooth Android. So overall, this is plain awesome for its performances, but there are a few things that the Motorola still haven't fixed. Motorola is known for its poor camera and the sound quality, and this guy is no exception. Starting from the Moto X, they did get a lot better. The camera, now they can claim that they actually do have a camera. Overall, camera tools and everything is just like a stock Kitkat, so it does have rich functions on the camera apps, but the camera quality isn't so good. It's still nowhere near the iPhones or the Galaxies. So don't expect those kind of photo qualities, but they did get better than the previous Motorola's if you used to have one. So that's that. And the sound quality isn't the best. The speaker over here, I don't know, volume is loud enough to fill in a room, but the sound quality is not bad, but it's not superb or anything like that. And when you plug in your headphones, you'll you'll have worse sound quality. There is a sound equalizer, as Motorola always had. It's called the Audio Effects, and it had wire stereo. You can go to surrounds and the equalizer and everything, but it's just gonna make your sound worse. So don't rely upon that. And as I have constantly mentioned, the performance itself is amazing. The Antutu benchmark scores around. Around 17,000, and that, for you, if you're wondering, is about right there. It's just a little bit less than a Galaxy S3, and it's a bit more faster than the Google Nexus 4. And but don't always believe in the scores. This guy, in my perspective, performs a whole lot better than the Galaxy S3. Compared to the Google Nexus 4, it does kind of wonder which one should you get between the almost same of the price range, Nexus 4 or the Moto G. It actually depends a lot. Nexus 4 wasn't exactly a cheap device, but it did get cheaper because it's been a while since it's launched. But this guy starts on $200, and it's the only thing that it's gonna do with its price is to drop. So it's your call. Nexus 4 is a good device as well, but Moto G to its spec is an amazing device. So if you don't mind the lack of LTE support and the not exactly premium looking battery cover and everything, and the poor camera and the poor audio quality, the performance as a phone, as a smartphone, as an Android device is simply amazing for its price. It's even better than the premium phones. So that's Moto G for you, and don't forget to tap on that to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys later, and thank you always for watching. Bye.